This is bad. This is my first time doing this. So it's Christopher. Yay! Yay! My name is Rochelle. As Christopher said, I'm from Appleton now that I'm married. My husband and I have been married for 8 years to each other. I'm glad marriage still gets applause. That's exciting. I'm a romantic, so that's really cool. Here's the problem, though. So when my husband and I met a decade ago, I was interviewing for the role of girlfriend. And I was really good at it, right? Like, I dressed hot, I was funny, I was spontaneous. But if you're really good at the girlfriend role, you get promoted to wife. I don't have shit in that arena, like nothing. I think women like make roasts. I don't know how to do this. I don't have a pan. I don't know what, I don't know what cut of meat you would buy for a roast. I don't have a recipe. Like, I have zero wife skills. I got all the girlfriend skills, which now that I'm married, I don't use any of. But my husband still likes me, which is nice. Yeah, it's just confusing though. So you guys who are talking about like meeting women, it's a weird interview process. You know, my husband never needed to know if I had the wife skills when we were dating. Like, we never drove down a country road with a case of beer and folded laundry. Not once. We never went to a drive-in, hopped in the back seat, clipped coupons, and planned meals for 2 weeks. Again, not a skill I was asked to have. So I rely on my cuteness and my funniness to stay married. It's working so far. It might not work in the long term, but that's okay. One thing we did when we were dating that we do now, we like road trips. We like to go see folk singers, so we'll hop in the car, drive around, go see music. And a couple weeks ago, we drove to Indiana. I'm so glad it got quiet in here. This is, yeah, but I was kind of hoping that wouldn't happen, but that happened. We drove to Indiana, and my husband and I are both very analytical about people and culture, and we just like to make a lot of observations. And I made this observation that it kind of messed me up. I've kind of been thinking about it, and I just wanted to share it with you guys tonight. So, people think a lot about safety, right? You invest a lot of money, time, even in the industry I'm in, safety's a big deal. It's good, right? Keeps you alive. You want to buy a car, you read a Consumer Reports thing, you go online, you just spend all this money and stuff trying to stay alive. Same thing with car seats. Now, driving through Indiana, we see off the side of the highway like a 7-mile pole barn selling fireworks. What is the word you always see before fireworks when they're selling them? Discount. Thank you. Discount fireworks. Every damn time. So you'll spend like an extra 10 grand on a car to make sure it has this camera that can see the 4-year-old behind you when you're backing out. But you want to buy a cardboard cone that can blow the shit out of your face? I'm not spending more than $3 on that puppy. Or Roman candles, right? All you want to spend is whatever change is in your ashtray. That's like your budget, right? So you're like, I'm going to go grab that, and that's what I want to spend on the Roman candles. But the more I thought about it, I think that's like Darwinism, right? Because if you blow off all your fingers, how many times can you go back and get change? Not many. So that's my thought on discount fireworks. I totally have more material. It's escaping me right now. There's one more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, here's my thing. Okay, so the other thing my husband and I like, this is my first time. The other thing my husband and I like to do together is junk pick. Not so much anymore, but when we first got married, we didn't have a penny between us. So what we learned to do is go to rich neighborhoods to get their stuff. And I have this philosophy, you know, in America, your socioeconomic status is a big deal, right? Like, am I middle class? Am I upper middle class? Do I have a jet? Do I have a jet with my name on it? Like, I don't know. I don't know what those classes are because clearly I'm not a part of those. But people, it's important. Like, what tax bracket am I in? What car do I drive? I have boiled down humanity and what status you are by this. What does your street look like on Big Garbage Day? Do you know Big Garbage Day? Like, all the big shit you don't want, you put it out on the street. So when my husband and I were first married, we'd go get our furniture from rich neighborhoods on Big Garbage Day. You laugh, but it's true. And the thing, these ladies, it was amazing. So you'd walk up, and it's free, right? Like, you're gonna take whatever it is. I mean, a microwave with someone's head in it, I don't know, I'll take that. I can Clorox the shit out of that puppy. I can use this. So you go up in the rich neighborhoods, and on Big Garbage Day, there's these fancy pieces of furniture, crate and barrel dresser. Not only is it free, not only are they getting rid of it, they leave a note, right? Like, crate and barrel dresser, purchased 1992, small nick in left corner. Lady, you don't have to sell, you don't have to like do an advertisement. I'm putting this in our truck bed. It's okay if there's like mold in it. It's free, we'll use it. That's rich people neighborhoods. They also dry clean things. I have had whole bedding sets in plastic with a little dry clean tag on it. We just take that shit home. I can't believe it. For point of clarification, in my neighborhood, that's not what Big Garbage looks like. In my neighborhood, which is just a couple blocks away, I don't know what the hell people do with their furniture in my neighborhood, but on Big Garbage Day, you can find a recliner snapped in half that looks like either they had a brood of, what do you call puppies, a litter? A litter of puppies were born on this recliner. Or they ran out of shit to put their bacon grease in and just dumped it in there. Like, this is my neighborhood. Seriously, last summer I actually started taking notes. Like, what am I all gonna see on Big Garbage Day in my neighborhood? One day, there was a half a couch. Not a whole couch, half a couch. And not a couch someone had cut in half, clearly a couch that had just given up on its existence. There was only half left. And I wondered where the other half was. Luckily, 4 months later, the other half was out on the street. But I just wonder, like, what is happening in that house that your couch broke in half, that half of it's on the street? I don't know. And literally, it's like a month ago I decided maybe I'll try writing comedy, and this bit came to me in the shower. Literally that day, I get in my car to go to work, I back up, my neighbor has 2 mattresses leaning against the tree in front of his house. Both of which, both mattresses looked like they had housed a bonfire. I don't know how that happens. I don't. I was so shocked. I was late for work already. I parked my car, I threw open my driver's side door, I hop out, I go to investigate, because I'm like, these mattresses couldn't have started on fire. Like, whose mattresses start on fire? Sure enough, I look, there's like coils popped out, rusty, the fabric is all singed, like there was a fire in these mattresses. And I thought, what could have happened? And I looked down, sure enough, big box labeled discount fireworks. I hear a screen door, I look up, there's my neighbor waving at me with all 3 of his fingers. I'm Rochelle, thanks for having me.